America, land of the free? Think again. We are a nation held hostage, not by foreign powers or terrorists, but by a powerful lobby, the NRA. They claim to stand for freedom. But what about the freedom of our children to go to school without fearing for their lives? Every day we send our kids to learn, to grow, to make friends. But in the back of our minds, there's a fear that no parent should have. The fear of a phone call, a text message, the news that the unthinkable has happened. Again. The NRA talks about Second Amendment rights. But what about the rights of our children? The right to live, the right to a future free from gun violence? These are rights worth fighting for, rights worth demanding from our elected officials. We are told that gun control doesn't work, that it's a slippery slope. But how many more children need to die before we say enough is enough? How many more parents need to bury their kids? This isn't about taking away anyone's guns. It's about common sense measures to keep our kids safe. The NRA doesn't win on logic. They win on fear. They've created a climate of fear in Washington, a fear that speaking out against them will cost you your career. They use their money and influence to target lawmakers who dare to challenge them. They run attack ads. They flood social media with misinformation. They paint anyone who supports gun control as an enemy of freedom. They make it personal. They make it nasty. And they often win. This isn't about healthy debate. It's about intimidation. It's about silencing opposition. And it's incredibly effective. Many politicians, especially Republicans, are terrified of crossing the NRA. They fear losing their jobs, their power, their campaign funding. But here's the thing. The NRA doesn't vote. They don't cast ballots. People do. And the American people overwhelmingly support common sense gun control measures. It's time for our elected officials to represent the people, not the powerful gun lobby. Let's be clear, the NRA's influence is bought and paid for. They funnel millions of dollars into political campaigns, and they expect a return on their investment. That return comes in the form of votes against gun control measures. They reward politicians who toe the line with generous campaign contributions. And they punish those who dare to defy them. It's a simple transaction, loyalty for dollars. Blood money, some might call it. This isn't about representing constituents. It's not about doing what's right, it's about self-preservation. It's about keeping the NRA happy and the campaign coffers full. And it's a betrayal of the public trust. Every politician who accepts money from the NRA is complicit in this system. They are putting their own interests ahead of the safety of our children, and they need to be held accountable. Section 4, the human cost of inaction. Children pay the ultimate price. We know the statistics, we see the headlines, we hear the heartbreaking stories, yet we remain paralyzed by inaction. We allow the gun lobby to dictate our policies. We prioritize guns over children. Sandy Hook, Parkland, Uvalde. The names of these tragedies are etched in our collective memory, each one a horrific reminder of the human cost of our inaction. Each one a gut-wrenching testament to the power of the gun lobby. We owe it to the victims. We owe it to their families. We owe it to ourselves to do better, to demand better, to break free from the grip of the gun lobby and enact meaningful gun control measures. This isn't a partisan issue, it's a human issue. It's about protecting our children. It's about creating a safer future for all Americans. Section 5. A crisis of conscience. Republicans face a moral reckoning. Republicans face a moral reckoning. This message is for Republicans, for those who claim to be pro-life, pro-family, pro-American. Your silence is deafening. Your inaction is inexcusable. You have a choice to make. You can continue to cower to the gun lobby. You can continue to prioritize guns over children. You can continue to be on the wrong side of history. Or you can find your courage. You can stand up for what's right. You can be part of the solution. This is a moral reckoning. It's a test of your values. Will you choose power or principle, money or morality, the gun lobby or the American people? The choice is yours. History will judge you. And more importantly, so will your children and grandchildren. Choose wisely.